Welcome to the video lecture of computer. This is our third video, and before starting, let us revise what we have seen in previous two videos of chapter number 1, that is Introduction to Computer. Up to till in two videos, the topics which we have learned, in that the first topic was that is what is computer. After that we have learned about working of a typical computer. Then after we have seen how a simple model of a computer, and that simple model is divided into three parts, out of which the first part is input unit, second part is memory and control unit, and third part is output unit. And up to this we have completed in previous two videos. Now today we will start with the next topic, that is characteristics and advantage of computer. And afterwards, the last topic of our chapter will be the hardware and software and firmware. So let us move towards the topic, that is characteristics and advantage of computer. Right? Now, whenever we are working with the computer, we know that computer having its own characteristics and every particular thing having its own advantages. So when we are talking about the particular characteristics, at that time, the characteristics by which we can get that how that particular device will work and how it will be helpful to us. So in that particular characteristics, the first characteristic is considered as a automation. Automation means what? That computer can able to work automatically. Means simply one time instruction we have to give to the computer. Further it will be done by the computer itself. And every time we do not have to interfere in the work of computer. Only one time instruction, one time process we need to do. Further all the things will be done and managed and controlled by your computer itself. So here it is written that computer can automatically perform a given task. For example, whenever we are pressing power on button from the CPU, after pressing a power on button, all the process will be totally controlled and managed by your computer CPU itself. In that we do not have to do anything, right? So this is considered as a one kind of automation only, in which once data and necessary instructions are stored into the computer memory, afterwards human intervention is not required. Means without human also it can be possible to work out. And for that, the one of the best example they have given, that is searching from the internet. In that, for example, if most of all are familiar with the Google search engine, means whenever we want to find any kind of information, we are directly opening a Google and we are typing any kind of text, and then after we are getting the list of information on our screen. So what do you think? That what information you are or what text you are writing for searching? And when you are pressing enter key, on another side any person is controlling that? No, person is not controlling. It is totally controlled by the computer itself. So due to that it is considered as an automation, in which only one time instruction and data will be required to store. At that time help of human is necessary. Once information and data will be stored inside the computer, afterwards human help is not necessary. Another example also you can take. That suppose you are playing any kind of video inside your computer. Only one time you need to press a play button. Afterwards the whole video will be played automatically on its own. So that is considered as the automation, which is a one type of characteristics of computer. And not only these characteristics, but another characteristics are also there, which we will see in a form of video even also, which is linked after completion of this particular topic. Second characteristic is there, which is considered as the accuracy. Now we know that computer is a one kind of machine only, and machine can do more accurate compared to human. Sometimes human may commit a mistake, but machine cannot. If you are thinking like that, then it is wrong, because afterwards machine is also made by the human itself. If using that machine, if we are providing any kind of wrong input, then we will get wrong output only. So this also we have to keep in your mind. No doubt accuracy is the characteristics of computer, and whatever the work will be done by that computer, that work will be totally in accurate form only. Whatever the calculation will be carried out, that calculation will be accurate only. But problem will occur only when we are providing any kind of wrong input. And due to that, it is written that complex arithmetic and logical calculation can be performed with very high accuracy. Now suppose, for example, if I will tell you that you have to multiply 11 digit number by 9 digit number, and all the digits should be different, right? So that kind of calculation, if manually you will sit to perform, it will take lots of time. Even the same thing, if you will try to work with the calculator, your calculator will not support that many digits. But the same kind of calculation, if you want to perform using computer, you can able to perform very easily. Simply, we need to take care whenever we are providing any kind of input, that input must be accurate, so that you will get the accurate output. Otherwise, it will be considered as a GIGO. GIGO stands for garbage in, garbage out. Here garbage means not that particular garbage which we are keeping in a dustbin, but here garbage means wrong input which we are providing to the computer. According to that output also we will get in a form of wrong only. For example, we need to do the calculation of 12 into 7. We know that manually we can able to do. 12 sevens are how many students? 84. That we know very well. But instead of 12, if by mistake we have committed a typing mistake and we have pressed 11 into 7, answer what we will get? That is 77. But actually we need to do the multiplication of 12 by 7, not 11 by 7. So when you are providing wrong input, you will get the wrong output, which is considered as a garbage in, garbage out. So this is the particular second characteristic of computer. Next is that is third characteristic, which is considered as a long-term storage. Computer can able to store a data for a long time period, and that stored data you can able to carry it out, you can able to use many times whenever you want to use. For example, one particular file you have stored inside your computer. After 1 week, if you want to work on that same file, simply what we have to do? We have to double click on that file and we can able to work with that file very easily. Or another example I am giving of long-term storage, that is the photograph memories which you have stored inside the computer. Suppose 5 years ago you have clicked one photograph. Not only one, but you have clicked photographs, and that photograph you have stored inside your computer. Now after 5 years, when you sit freely and when you are searching all the kind of information inside your computer, and at that time when you will see, then at that time it will be there inside your computer only. So after 5 years also the same photograph you can able to see, and you can be able to recall your old memories even also, because computer is providing that facility that it can able to store large amount of data for a long time. No doubt computer can able to store a data for a short time even also, as well as long time even also. But right now we do not have to bother about the short time. We have to think just about the long-term storage only, by which data can be stored and it can be utilized whenever we want to use. So this is considered, this is your third characteristic of computer. Next one is there, that is ability to perform mechanical and repetitive tasks. Means what? In that, one example I am giving you. On the basis of that, it will get very clear to you that what does it mean. If suppose your mother has given instruction to you that you have to go in a market to buy something by riding a bicycle. You went, you have taken that particular thing, you get back to your home. Again your mother told, one thing is remain to bring from the market. And again your mother will send you in a market. Second time you will go, but at that time your face expression will get little bit down. Then again we have to ride this much long bicycle. It will take a time. It will lose your energy. Again you came back, and again your mom is telling that again one thing is remain. At that time what we will say? Immediately we will say, no, mummy, uthaki give. Like that word will come out from your mouth. That shows what? That by doing same work again and again, we can get tired. Our physical capacity will get reduced. how happily we have went to the market for the first time, for the same, with the same happiness, second time and third time we will not go. This is the limitation of our human body. But if you will make a computer to do work 24 hours, computer can able to do work that many hours very easily with continuity without break even also. So it means that only that ability to perform mechanical and repetitive tasks without losing any kind of interest and without losing any kind of physical capacity. So this is also considered as a one kind of characteristics of computer. Next is that is programmability. Means computer having a facility to work step by step, and whatever the modification and process we need to carry it out, that all the process and all the modification of any particular program, it can be possible to do at the one time only, at any time, whenever you wish, and then all the work will be done step by step. For example, in a few days ago, you have created one particular file in which you have written the basic information about your interest, then what you like and what you don't like. Now, after 1 week, again you thought that let us add some information again inside that. So at that time, what you will do? Directly you thought and it will get typed inside the device? No. You will take your device. Afterwards, you will start your device. Then after you will get login inside your device. Then after at which place you have saved your file, you will go to that particular place. You will open that file. You will write the information. You will save your file and you will close your file. So this all the things are considered as a step by step process. Directly file will not get open on its own. We need to follow some steps. So this is also one kind of characteristics that computer will help us to do work and we can make any kind of changes inside our computer. But directly it cannot be possible. Everything it can be possible step by step. So programmability is also a part of a characteristics of a computer. So students, I hope that you understood this particular topic in which the different characteristics are there, and so I hope that up to till whatever we have learned that you understand very well. Now the last topic of our chapter, that is software, hardware and firmware, and from that let us begin with the topic, that is software. Now what does the word software means? You have already learned, students, in your 7th standard also, in your 8th standard even also, as well as in 6th standard also. The definition will not change. Working of that particular word is also remains same, because software will help us to work with the device. But if we want to define, then a thing which we can able to see but we cannot able to touch. For example, right now you are watching a video on a YouTube, right? You can able to see what the things or what the text are getting appear on a screen, but you cannot able to touch that particular text, because that is not a priority of that software, right? So you are looking a video on YouTube, so that YouTube is considered as a software which gives the platform to see a video. So if you want to define in another way, then we can define that the logic prepared for getting a given task done using an algorithm is called software. Now algorithm means step-by-step instruction which is to be performed to complete any particular task. Means whatever the logic will be used for working with any device, step by step, that logic is considered as one kind of software only, right? As we all know that computer did not work automatically, for that it need a data and step-by-step instruction to perform the task, and it is known as program. Means program means what? That it is a particular step-by-step instruction which will inform to the computer that how to work, when to work, in which way we have to work, and in which manner it will be work. So that kind of instruction will be given by the program. As we know that machine cannot work on its own. It requires instruction. It requires control. Then and only then it can able to work. So that instruction which is going to be given to complete any task, to perform any task, that instruction, that step-by-step instruction is considered as a program. And that program is after all related with the software only. Because software can be generated with the help of program only. Without program, software cannot be made. And if I want to give the example of software, then in that software example you can include PowerPoint is there, Microsoft Word is there, then VLC Media is there, then after Paintbrush is there. These are all are the particular software by which you can able to work, and you can able to work with the computer very easily with the help of that particular software, because it provides a platform to work with the computer. As we know that computer does not understand our language, so software is a medium by which you can able to work very easily. Next point is software refer to organized collection of computer program, data and related documentation about the computer program. Means a program or a data which is collected at one place by which you can able to work with the computer very easily. That is called software. And without that, computer will never work. For example, you have keyboard, mouse, monitor, electricity is also there, proper cabling also done, everything is okay. But inside your computer, operating system is not there. Are you able to do work? No, students. It cannot be possible. Why? Because operating system is also one kind of software only, which provide a platform to work with the machine. And because of that only we can able to work with the machine very easily. Otherwise it cannot be possible. Next is there, that is hardware. A device which we can able to touch, we can able to see, that is called hardware. For example, monitor screen is there. Right now in many of your hands, smartphone will be there. That smartphone is also considered one kind of hardware which you can able to touch on your hand, and according to that you can able to work. So if you want to define, then the hard entity such as keyboard, mouse, CPU and other peripheral device are called physical entities, which is known as hardware. Physical entities means what? that physically you can able to touch. And that's why in easy way I have said that a device which we can able to see and we can able to touch as well as we can able to operate. So that when all three combine, a device which will form, that is called hardware, right? And if we are talking about the firmware, then firmware is nothing but a medium which help us to work with the hardware and software, right? So if you want to define, then firmware means the combination of hardware and software is known as firmware. Means combination of both hardware and software. And for that, one of the best example is there, that is the use of washing machine. How? That I am telling you later on. The software embed means install with the hardware using facilitate use and application of a hardware. Means a software which will be installed inside the hardware so that we can able to use that particular hardware for our own purpose. That is called firmware. And as I told, an example of washing machine. How washing machine? Because if you will see, machine is a particular hardware, and on that machine you can able to see a particular buttons are given. By operating that button, you can able to operate that machine very easily. Like that, so many another examples are there. That also we will see. It also provides the utility to work with other hardware and communicate data when it is needed. For example, washing machine, traffic light, digital camera, microwave, oven. In that traffic light, if you will see, whatever the traffic signals are over everywhere, traffic signals are there, that device is called hardware. But if you will see that automatically the light will get changed after a certain time duration. So that change of light after certain time duration took place just because of the software. And that traffic light is a hardware. And when both will combine, that is called firmware. Right? Another example is also that is digital camera. Simply by pressing of one button, you can able to capture a photograph. But that pressing of a button and capturing of a photograph, these two functionality took place just because the software has been installed inside that hardware, which informs that when anyone will press this button, that operation will be carried out, and that functionality will be done by the firmware only. Even so students, this is all about of our chapter number 1, that is introduction to computer, and I hope that you understood all that particular topic very nicely and you were not having any kind of doubt related to this particular topic, because this was the last topic and now our chapter gets over. So students, enjoy your day and understand this particular video by seeing it properly with the proper focus, so that it will be helpful when we will start our next chapter. So enjoy, have a nice day.